All right, guys, out here in the shop, I'm partway through a 14-inch brake swap on W body struts. I save all my struts, even if they're 15-inch, you just save all your struts and you can convert them over. So 14s are going to come on your square body types of stuff, like I'm going to say roughly 95 and older, but it's your square body GMs is what you're going to find the 14-inch brakes on. And a lot of people are confused knowing why they, or if they have 14-inch brakes or not. So your dead giveaway is going to be obviously the car it came off of, and what's different is the rotors on them. Calipers are the same on both of them. So measure it. Here's a 15-inch. Got 11 and a quarter. 14-inch brake. About 10 and a half. So it's not much difference, but that's how you're going to be able to tell. So let's see here. This is a 14-inch strut already. I don't have any 15s around the show. I pulled that brake rotor out of the scrap bin. But basically, if you have a donor strut like this one, you can see that's bent. So it was in my pile for parts. 14-inch brakes on it, but the strut was no good, so I held on to it. Make sure you don't throw that stuff out, because I'm not much for buying parts. Then over here on this, first thing you're gonna do, flip it over. You need a T60 Torx. Pop this brake caliper off, and then pop your rotor off the front and knock your 4 hub bolts out of the back, and you can then you'll knock the whole hub through, and pretty much you're going to be left with this. Again, this is a 14-inch bracket. This is what we're going to keep off the donor strut here, and they are just welded on with small stitch welds around the outside in a few different spots. So if you cut those stitch welds, this will knock right off. And then I think I'll pick up the rest of this video tomorrow. But basically, same thing on your 15-inch brakes. You're going to knock those welds off and grind it all smooth. Grind your donor caliper bracket smooth, and I'll show you where we pick up from there. You can also get these. You can buy these from Derby Supplies, like NLR or something like that. You can just buy these if you don't have the plates, and you can convert 15-inch struts, but the process is the same for both of them. So we'll pick back up tomorrow. Another thing to add, just so I don't forget whenever I come back, is things like your ball joints. If you're taking a strut apart to throw it in the scrap anyway, if you get something like this, where you've got a good Moog ball joint that's still tight, save that, because that'll save you whatever they're worth. It'll save you something, but again, save as many parts as possible. So of course, on the way out here today, I get a call from a buddy of mine who's trying to do this swap at home, except for he doesn't have any of this stuff. He's got a grinder and a welder. So James, just hold tight. The video's coming, but I have a feeling by the time I get done this video, he's gonna have stuff welded together. So we'll see what he comes up with. I'll show you how I do this. So let's get doing some grinding. Hey, that one's off. Steal the other one off, and I move to the car and get rid of the 15-inch ones. So I already took the good ball joint off this one, so this strut is junk. All right, let's move over to this one and get these cut off. We're gonna ignore the car it's on. I'm not even gonna show the car it's on, because I don't want to listen to everybody whine and complain about how you can't do that. It's well within the rules. Read your rules, figure out what you can do. Okay, I don't know how the other side turned out, how the footage turned out, so I'll take you along on this one, and we'll get this old bracket cut off, the new one welded on, and we'll be good to reinstall the brakes. All right, we got that bracket cut off, got it all ground down, ready for the 14-inch bracket. So we'll go ahead and put that on there and sandwich it on with the hub. That'll align the two of them, put the bolts in, everything, tighten it down, sandwich it, and we can go in here and put a few stitches where we cut the old ones off, and then you'll be good to go ahead and put it all back together. So just for reference, there's the difference between the 14-inch bracket and the 15. It's not much, but it obviously makes all the difference in the world, because that you're not going to get 14s on with that 15-inch bracket. All right, there it is, all buttoned up. Got the caliper bracket stitched on, rotor on, hub on, caliper on. So you're going to use it's the same caliper for 14 or 15, but you got to have a 14-inch rotor. That's about the only difference with it. So throw a flex line on here and get it tacked up there somewhere and get some lines ran to it, and hopefully we have some brakes now on this thing. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next one.